Sony XM6 sounds okay on its own, but compared to the previous generation, the upgrades are minimal. Right now, the XM6 is priced at $448. The XM5 has dropped to $298, and the XM4 is as low as $199. Its noise cancellation even falls short of the older XM4. Calling it a downgrade isn't an exaggeration at all. With that kind of budget, why wouldn't you go for one of the earliest models? There's no breakthrough in sound quality or noise cancellation. Is the XM6 really worth selling out hundreds for extra dollars? Today, we are breaking down the XM6 in 5 aspects: sound quality, design, battery life, noise cancellation, and call quality. We'll put it head-to-head with the XM4. No hype, no bias. Let's see how it really performs. Let's dive in. For headphones, what matters most is the listening experience. Let's first take a look at the sound quality performance of these two headphones. Here we'll use the same music to test the difference in the sound quality between the XM5 and the previous generation XM4. Well, Sony claims the XM6 uses a newly developed 30mm driver unit, enhancing detail resolution and vocal clarity with a better balance. They even brought in professional mastering engineers to fine-tune the sound, promising stereo quality precision. But in actual listening, the XM6 feels like a downgrade from the XM4. If you just listen to the XM6 sound, you might think the bass is punchy and full, the mids are clear, and the vocals are detailed and present. But when compared side by side with the previous generation, it sucks in comparison. The XM6 drum impact is noticeably less defined than the XM4. The soundstage feels narrower. The overall sound is muffled, and the bass doesn't dive as deep as the XM4. There is also a lack of layering and instrument separation. In contrast, the XM4 delivers deep, powerful bass with clear separation and punchy, well-defined drum hits. For vocals, the XM6's mid-range performance is noticeably weaker, lacking brightness and sounding muddy and sick. The XM4's vocals are crisper, brighter, and better separated. The boundaries between vocals and instruments are distinct, yet well integrated. The instruments are clear without overpowering the vocals. The XM6 vocals feel somewhat floating, less solid, and often tangled with the instruments. In the highs, the XM4 again sounds brighter and more expansive, with strings, especially guitars, having strong penetration. The XM6's highs, however, sound dull and hollow. Guitars feel trapped in the confined space, unclear, as if there is a war between the sound source and your ears. There is a lack of direct penetrating sound and extension. The sound quality comparison is almost unfair. The XM6 gets completely outclassed by its predecessor in every frequency range. The bass lacks impact and depth, the mids are weak and vague, the highs are stifled and unextended, and the instrument separation is a muddy mess. In terms of design, the XM6 features a foldable design, making it more portable and easier to store. The hinge design is also sturdier, reducing wobbling and bending. However, in actual use, while the build feels more solid, it makes the headphone clamp tighter on the head. The hinge, due to their stiff design and angled structure, can even pinch your fingers while folding. I've been pinched a few times myself, and it really hurts. The ear cushions are redesigned with elastic material and synthetic leather, improving passive isolation and reducing fatigue during long-term wear. They don't press too hard on the outer ear, and the depth is just okay. The overall fit feels barely passable. The power button has been changed from a raised design, shared with the ANC button, to a recessed circular button, making it easier to operate by touch. The carrying case has also been upgraded to a magnet closure, which is more convenient to open compared to the previous generation. Overall, while the design seems upgraded, the details in user's experience leave much to be desired. Sony claims the XM6 features a new QN3 processor and a 12 microphone for ANC, but in real-world testing, the noise cancellation doesn't feel noticeably improved. Let's compare it with the XM4 through some actual recording. From the test, we can see that the XM6's self-proclaimed noise cancellation capability doesn't just fail to improve, it actually performs worse than the previous generation. In the low and low-mid frequency ranges, the XM4 outperforms the XM6 by about 10 decibels. The mid and high-mid ranges are similar between the two, but the XM6 does better in the high frequency by about 10 decibels. Overall, the XM4 still has a stronger noise cancellation. The XM6 does show clear improvement in call quality. Let's compare with the recorded call test.
Call testing. XM6 and the wind blowing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Call testing. XM4 under the wind blowing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Thanks to its more advanced microphone system and AI algorithm, the XM6 uses 6 microphones and a new AI beamforming technology to enhance the call quality. Even in noisy environment, it effectively filters out background noise and emphasizes the speaker's voice. This is one of the few areas where the XM6 actually outperforms its predecessors. The battery life upgrade is almost negligible. Both models offer 30 hours with ANC on. With ANC off, the XM6 lasts 40 hours, while the XM4 lasts 38 hours, a mere 2-hour difference. In practical use, this means both need charging about twice a week, and there is hardly any real advantage. From this comparison, it's clear that aside from the call quality, the XM6's upgrade over its predecessor are minimal at best. For an extra $200, you are getting almost no improvement in actual user experience. In sound quality, the XM6 is completely outclassed by the XM4. In noise cancellation, it is also sucks. The call quality is better, but not good enough to make up for the overall shortcomings. the battery life improvement is too minor to matter. On top of that, the XM6 is less comfortable with a tighter clamp and hinges that can pinch your fingers, compared to the XM4, which is now $200 cheaper. The XM6 is simply not worth considering. If you're a Sony fan, buying the previous generation is definitely a smarter choice. Your bank account will thank you. Okay, that's all for today's video. If you have your own thoughts, feel free to share them in the comments down below. See you in the next video.